As is the tradition, or has become the tradition, every year doing a library/office tour. Here we are again, January 2026. A couple prefatory notes before we get started with this tour. First and foremost, this is probably the biggest change we've had to the library in these videos, and that's because, if you don't know, my wife and I got married this year, and so we combined our libraries, and it's one gigantic library now. So that's thing one. Thing two would be we're about to start moving some of these books to a different area of the house. And so the library is kind of going to change in the next month or so. But we wanted to go ahead and do this video now before things start moving so that everything's in one place and not all over the place. So you'll see some changes with that. And then the third thing is, if this video becomes sort of bragging or showy, please just click off. There's better stuff to watch than this. If it becomes that, that's not the intent of this video. Really, the goal of this video is just to encourage you to read, to build your own library. These videos are things that I enjoy watching, and so I want to share one with you as well. But again, if it does become that, just click off. It's not worth it. But let's go ahead and start. So right over here, we'll start with this shelf. This is basically our reference volumes. So we've got Beeke's Systematic Theology, the 4-volume Reformed. Then we've got Puritan Theology, Doctrine for Life. This is by Beeke and Jones, but it's essentially a collection of puritanical writings in a systematic theology format. Of course, Louis Berkhoff, the 1541 edition of Calvin's Institutes. The Holiness of God, which I consider a sort of systematic. It sort of walks you through the doctrines of God, the attributes of God. We've got Discussions of Theological Questions by however you say his name, Handbook of Revealed Theology, John Stock, The King in His Beauty by Schreiner, which was a college textbook. Then we've got some collected writings of John Murray, again, not necessarily a systematic, but it sort of reads like one. Moving down, we've got some commentaries here. This is The Treasury of David by Spurgeon. A few of the volumes of Lloyd Jones's Romans commentaries. These are 2 volumes of the first edition put out by Zondervan, actually. And then this is a reference, sort of a index for a set that we have downstairs. We'll show you that in a minute here. Westminster Confession of Faith with the other documents as well, but by Banner of Truth. Matthew Henry's commentaries. Moving down a little lower here, got my wife's horse painting. The complete commentary of Calvin. And then we've got the Complete Biblical Library, which is a Greek resource. And then at the very bottom there, we've got Lockyer's All series. And then on the table here, we've got a couple different things. I think last year we actually talked about this book. It's been here a while. Every day we just sort of flip the page and look at a new painting. There's a little text here. Really nice book to have there. Various random things here. 2 copies of Frame's Salvation Belongs to the Lord. Over here we've got, of course, whoops, phone's ringing. Candles. Can't have a library without candles. We've got the Reformation Heritage KJV Study Bible and the Buffalo Skin ESV Study Bible. Okay, moving on to the bigger shelves here. One of the things my wife and I did right after we got married is we went through and we sorted the entire library. And what we decided to go with is sort of chronological order in terms of birth year. So starting out, we have Schaff's History of the Christian Church, which sort of takes you from the very beginning with Paul all the way up until the Swiss Reformation in 1605. And then we have Historical Theology. This is William Cunningham, again, sort of walking you through all the controversies of church history. And then backing up, we have Dale on the Fathers. That's a Sprinkle Publications volume. And then moving into pre-Nicene Fathers, scooting down into post-Nicene Fathers. And then we dive into, free plug. And then we dive into Fox's Book of Martyrs, which again sort of walks you through all of church history. Then we have one of the volumes of Reformed Confessions. I need to get the rest of these, but this is from 1523 to 1552. Then we kind of move into the Puritans. So we've got Puritan piety, My favorite volume ever. This is The Puritans, Their Origins and Successors by Lloyd Jones. Puritans and Calvinism by Peter Toon. Lives of the Puritans by Thomas Brooke. And then we've got Meet the Puritans by Beakey and Peterson. This is a much more approachable volume than Brooke. I think Brooke has a lot more helpful information in it, maybe. But Beakey has it formatted in such a way that it's a much more usable and accessible volume. Or from the Puritans' Mine. And then we get into some various things by the Puritans. We've got Samuel Rutherford. We have more Puritans than this, don't worry, we're just getting started here. But Letters of Henry Venn, we're moving into the First Great Awakening. Holiness and Happiness, that's a little short biography of Isaac Watts. Samuel Hopkins' Life and Character of Jonathan Edwards, which of course was, Hopkins worked with Edwards. And then we've got Edwards, a new biography by Ian Murray. Moving into, again, The Great Awakening. We've got The Great Awakening by Joseph Tracy, Wesley and the Men Who Followed, George Whitefield. Second volume, or volume one is, I think my brother has volume one. We've got Wesley's Journal. Moving into the 1800s in Scotland, we've got The Diary and Life of Andrew Bonner, The Memoir and Remains of Robert Murray McShane. Moving back to London, we've got The Life of Charles Spurgeon, his autobiography. We've got Preachers with Power, which is just a collection of sermons by Southern preachers, which I haven't read yet, but I'm sure I'll relate to that pretty well, being of the South. And then moving down here, again, still in the 1800s, we've got Richard Hobson. He was Ryle's successor in Liverpool. We've got the memoirs of Alexander Moody Stewart. Revival and Revivalism. Have the Paytons here, both his wife and him. We've got Crosby, Fanny Crosby, her autobiography. Various other biographies. We're moving into Princeton here. We've got Charles Hodge. We've got Princeton Sermons. Lloyd Jones. Various other things. We've got A Severe Mercy by Sheldon Vonnegut, and this biography of William Edgar, which we reviewed recently. Then we move into sermons here. So we've got Spurgeon. This is Spurgeon Christmas stuff there. Lloyd Jones sermons on the end here. And then at the very bottom, we've got pastoral theology. We've got hints and helps to preachers. Can't exactly remember who wrote that. Lectures to my students. Spurgeon, obviously. Princeton in preaching, the pastor, stuff like that. And then we move into manhood. So all this is on manhood. Moving into family life. So this is going to be marriage, children, etc. And then we have a section here for like new beginner reader theology people. So this is Spurgeon, what am I saying? Paul Washer. So we've got Paul Washer, his gospel, we're covering the gospel series. We've got the preeminent Christ. And then we've got two of these great Princeton volumes, one by Hodge and one by Warfield, The Way of Life and Faith in Life, which are just great introductory volumes. I don't know if they're still in print. I hope they are. I wish they are. If they're not, they're really great. And then some miscellaneous things there. So that's kind of how we've got the first shelf set up. And then the second shelf is very similar in that we sorted them chronologically by birth year. So we're starting out here with, but I should also say, this is the works of people sorted in chronological order. So we've got the works of John Robinson. This is the Pilgrim Father, 3 volumes put out by Sprinkle Publications. Ran out of room, but William Gurnall is up here, The Christian in Complete Armor. And then we've got 2 of the volumes of William Bates, also by Sprinkle Publications. If you know where I can find the other 2 volumes, please let me know. We've got Charnock, this beautiful printing put out by Crossway. Moving into John Owen. I know that is a pitiful selection of Owen, but I want to get the new Crossway versions of those as well, but just haven't done that yet. We've got Jonathan Edwards here, again moving into the Great Awakening. Andrew Fuller, I guess you could put him in the Second Great Awakening. And then we've got Witherspoon here, one of my favorite sets, I think, on the shelf at all. Just excellent, excellent stuff. I'm I'm so pleased that I have those and that they're available. If you can find them, get them. They are worth whatever you spend. And then the Complete Works of Augustus Toplady, an interesting volume there. Read that several years ago. Then we move into, let's see if I can move this light. We've got the works of, who is this? William J. Again, an excellent selection of volumes. I collected these over, I guess, a couple of years because they're pretty hard to find unless you find them randomly on RHB, which you still can for some of them, I think. But anyway, so all of those are William J. And then we've got B.B. Warfield, 2 volumes. I couldn't fit him on there. It actually, I think it skips ahead to Ryle here. So he's actually part of down there. But then we've got the works of Ryle here. Pretty much all of those. I think I've mentioned this before, but I can't stand that they did that with the upper room. All of them match all of the, like his Gospels, all of his works, except for that one volume. Home Truths by Ryle, put out by Odom Press. Again, or publications, if you have any idea where I can get more of those, please let me know. I will definitely be picking those up if you know where I can get them. A Tender Lion by Bennett Rogers, an excellent biography of Ryle. 2 more of his biographies of his, and I've got his autobiography somewhere. And then we've got the rest of B.B. Warfield. I don't have all of his works. I think I have, 5, 6 of the 10, I think it is total, something like that. And then moving down here, this is sort of, I couldn't figure out how to get this sorted, but some of this is devotional stuff, some of it's apologetics, as you'll see there. We just got this one in recently. This is Soul Prosperity. So, again, kind of a mess of things there. And then, again, moving into some random stuff, we've got 1 volume of Edward Payson, who was Elizabeth Princess's father. We've got 2 books by Webb on salvation. And then we've got, this is the Do Not Read shelf. You'll notice most of these volumes were in the 5 overrated books video. Now, some of these books, we're not saying that they're not worth reading. It's just that we've already read them. We're not going to come back to them. Something like The Confessions of St. Augustine, not really interested in reading it again. It was not a bad read when I read it, but I don't have really any intention to read it again. So that's what some of that stuff is. And then moving to the last shelf over here, again, sort of a mix of things. We've got most of the Summer of Scots series here, some C.S. Lewis, Christianity and Liberalism, The Pilgrim's Progress. Some of my older volumes here. The oldest one here is the works of Romaine, which are, I think, from 1796. So pretty old there. Moving down, we've got Puritan Treasures for Today. This is, I think, most of the set. We're currently going through those in our series, Why You Should Read the Puritans. And yeah, so we'll see all those. These are all giveaway volumes, so if you haven't entered or you did enter, be sure to check out the announcement videos to see who won. Then moving down another shelf, I serve as the assistant music director at our church. So you'll notice a lot of this is hymnals and other stuff that I use pretty regularly. Different Bibles, translations, study Bibles, a cultural background study Bible. It's kind of weak, but it's okay. And then we've got hymnals. We've got the Lutheran hymnal. We've got the Reformed Church hymnal. This is a great resource to have. It's sort of like, this is a pretty classic volume here, 101 More Hymn Stories. See that a lot. It's very similar to that, but it's much denser and it has a lot more information. I've enjoyed that. We've got the United Methodist hymnal, the AME hymnal, the Baptist hymnal, the Pilgrim Psalter, and then the new version of this, the Sing hymnal put out by Crossway. Hopefully I'll have a review on that soon. And then the classic, the OG Trinity Psalter hymnal. And that's probably the one I use the most. Actually, it definitely is. And then finally, I usually show this part of the library too. I've got 3 portraits that I did a couple years ago. I've got Ryle saying, Do not glory in your own faith, your own feelings, your own knowledge. Glory in nothing, or your own diligence, glory in nothing but Christ. And then on the other end over here, I've got Spurgeon saying, by perseverance, the snail reached the ark. And then in the middle, I have Matthew Everhard saying, one of the reasons I have a beard, or I've decided to grow a beard, is because hair grows on my face. And so those are just some things there. And then down here, we've got the Heirloom Reader's ESV Bible. I always try to keep a magnifying glass close at hand just in case some of those books are a little difficult to get through. A globe. This clock made an appearance in many, many videos, and then it busted. I don't know what happened. I didn't overwind it. I have no idea, but it quit working. So that was a very big, sad moment. And then we've got the Essentials of Reformed Systematic Theology over here. These are just things that are sitting here, not for any particular reason. Westminster Confession of Faith, the pocket edition, and this sprinkle volume, the canon of the books of the Bible. And then finally, over here, these are just things that haven't made their way out to the shelves yet. We've got this Puritan All of Life to the Glory of God. That's the whole kit there. These are things that we bought on our recent trip, which we did a video about, so I won't go through all of those. And then in this section of the library, this is sort of the non-Christian section of the library. We've got American history, so we're just walking through. We've got several David McCullough volumes. These are some of my favorite. Various things. We've got documents and writings of the founders, different stuff like that. Then down here we've got language-related things, Italian, Latin, German, French, English, all kinds of stuff. And then we've got, in this section here, dictionaries, etc. Moving down here, we've got classic literature, so Charles Dickens, Edgar Allan Poe, some volumes of poetry, so Doddridge, this is Wesley, I think. Is that right? Yeah, Wesley. Robert Frost. Then we've got Tennyson. This is a first edition G.K. Chesterton, The Ballad of St. Barbara, which we found in a little tiny bookstore. I think that was in New Jersey, maybe. John Donne. We've got 1984. Is this a first edition? This is a first edition of C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, an excellent collection there. The Space Trilogy, Tolkien, the Silmarillion, etc. And then moving down, this is sort of children's literature. So we've got Little House on the Prairie, or whatever she called that. We've got a series of unfortunate events. And then down here, again, more children's lit. We've got some games. We have the book-style games, different things. These are really great religious studies or stories for young and old, edited by Beakey. An excellent set there. And then on the other side, logic and philosophy. So history of Western philosophy. We've got some books upstairs that need to come into this section. Logic, moral science, how to read a book, how to read, how to study, various things like that, how to teach children, 1001 Ways to Improve Your Conversation Speeches. I have not seen this reprinted. I don't know where this came from. This was one of my dad's old volumes. It is fantastic. I love that book. Over here, etiquette, letter writing, again, kind of philosophy type stuff. Nothing too exciting there. This is a very cool book. And then animals, encyclopedias, whatever. Moving down another shelf, these are my 1920 edition of Mark Twain. It's just some of his classical works there. This shelf is kind of messy right now because I'm working here. This is music-related things. And then at the very bottom here, poetry, literature, and some falling apart old volumes of Nathaniel Hawthorne. And so I think that covers pretty much everything. So what do you think? This is the 2026 version of the library office tour. What should we be adding? What shouldn't be here? What did we miss? I don't know, what's in your library? If you want to share pictures of your library with us, you can do so in our Discord server, which is linked down below. That's all I have for you today. So Lord willing, I'll see you again very soon. God bless. Bye.